elsewhere in terms of legal issues. The former Goldman banker Roger Ng has been found guilty in that 1MDB fraud scheme, guilty on all 3 counts. Here with more is Bloomberg Wall Street reporter Sonali Basak. So Sonali, just walk us through the verdict and how significant it is for Goldman.
Yeah, it's significant certainly for Roger Ng, who had faced 3 counts of conspiracy. He was found guilty of all 3 counts. That means he faces up to 30 years in prison. Remember, Kaylee, he was the only banker to go to trial in this case. As far as Goldman goes, what we do know is that they're watching it closely insofar as to see what details came out of it. Remember, we did see the extent to which this had played out. Tim Leissner had testified in this trial, so it was 8 weeks of a lot of detail. But for Goldman itself, they've already paid more than about $5 billion around the world, $2.9 billion in one of the largest settlements of its kind. They have already made a lot of changes when it comes to compliance. So certainly a turning of the page here.
In terms of closing of the book, turning of the page, clearly it won't be for Ng. What is he likely to face in terms of penalties as a result of this? Is it going to be jail time? Is it going to be fines? Just give us the kind of expected sentencing around all of this.
Yeah, I think the most significant thing here is that idea that he could be spending 30 years in prison, Guy. Remember, given that he was the only banker to go to trial for this case, we have Tim Leissner, who also had pleaded guilty in this case. Plenty of Goldman executives who had left had faced clawbacks. The Goldman executive team at the time had faced reduced pay at the time themselves, but for Roger Ng, 30 years potentially we're facing in prison for this banker.